Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori Brame and this is Holy City Mystic. Thank you for being here. So today I wanted to talk about Yods again. If this is your first time to my channel, I have a lot of content about Yods. I talk about the different apexes, and also I'm going through the house systems right now to see where that apex falls. So stick around, check out those playlists if you want to learn more. But today I just want to talk about, are Yods good or bad in your birth chart? So most of the people who come to me for a reading, it is in order to look at their Yods in their birth chart. They've always felt different. They've always felt like they just couldn't fit in their family first, and then in friend groups later, and then now they just have this almost like big blank spot where everybody else seems to have stuff figured out. They feel like they don't. That is extremely common for people with Yods in their chart. A Yod in a birth chart is a very rare thing to have. Some years we have 0 Yods in the sky. Other years, like this year, 2023, we have a lot. I think we have like 8 or 9 total, including moon transits that will happen. But whenever there's 2 planets that are sextiling in the sky, there is a potential for a person to still be born with a Yod in their chart if they have an angle that is quincunxing both of those, making it the apex. Again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just follow the link below. I have several videos talking about Yods, what they mean, the basics, and how they're configured. So all this sounds really terrible, right? Like you feel out of place, you get in trouble a lot as a kid, your family doesn't really get you, and so it's easy to think, all right, having a Yod in your birth chart is like a really bad thing to have. It's like the worst thing you could have. The whole purpose of me talking about this so much is to let you guys know that it is one of the most beautiful gifts you can be given. And the reason for that is because it is a finger of God. It is giving you a lesson to learn so that you can be used for the betterment of humanity. You are a key player. It's almost like a tag on you. If you have a Yod in your birth chart, it's like you have been branded as useful, as someone who can move the story forward. And while that's a lot of pressure, it's also a huge gift. God does not give small stories to big people. And if you have a Yod in your chart, you do not have a small story. You are going to be put through a lot, you're going to learn a lot, and you have so much to give. And so kind of the worst thing you can do if you have a Yod in your chart is just to sit in misery. The best thing to do is to make an action, even if it's a small action, just a small step in the direction that you think you should go, like watching this YouTube video or Googling what that Yod means for you, or, maybe even getting a reading. There's a lot of people who do Yod readings. It's not just me, but if you want to talk to me, I'd be happy to do a reading with you. Or if you know what your Yod means and you know what direction you're being called in, just take a small step towards that direction. So, maybe you are the type of person who has always wanted to be a teacher, but making money is really important to you and they don't pay teachers that well in the US. And it's just the type of thing where you're just like, I don't know if I want to move in that direction. What if you Google ways you could be a tutor, as kind of like a side gig where you are making your money at your day job, which is helping you feel secure and stable, and you're providing for yourself or providing for your family or whatever, but then you're still scratching that itch by teaching on the side. Or maybe looking into it more deeply, like what if I got my master's in education or something like that. Again, this is just an example. I don't know what your Yod is or what that is teaching you to do, but I think it's really important to know that you have been called. You have been called into the place of service on this planet. One of the theories of astrology that I learned really early on in the process was the idea of the universe constantly rebalancing itself. So someone dies, a soul dies, they go back to the stars, and at that moment, the earth is out of balance, and it calls someone into existence to rebalance the energies in the earth. It kind of goes back to that Bible verse where it's like, before he formed you in the womb, he knew you. And I know I'm probably butchering that, but for those of you who've read the Bible and you know what verse I'm talking about, it's that one, where it's like you were put on earth as a balancer, as someone who can assist the people around you, everything, in moving the story forward, whatever that needs to be. And if you have a Yod in your chart, it literally is like the finger of God with a finger on you being like, this one has a big story. This one is going to do great things. And if you look at any key player in history, they were put through a lot. Like, just look at Bible characters, or maybe characters of saints. Gandhi is another one. You know, it's like you look at every single person who had a big story, who had a big influence on the world, and they were put through a lot. It wasn't like, you know, someone was just born with a silver spoon in their mouth and they spent most of their life on a pillow, and then they just had like all these amazing thoughts that completely changed humanity. No, these are people that had loved ones slaughtered in front of them, had to deal with extreme illness as children, had to do with ongoing chronic issues, maybe battled depression for a number of years, like all these things. And then through all that suffering, they were able to give humanity such beautiful gifts that now their names go down in history for it. I do want to read this quote that I think anyone with a Yod in their chart will understand. It will resonate with you, hopefully. This is by Aeschylus. I'm going to put the quote up on the screen just in case I am saying that name wrong, but I did Google how to pronounce it before doing this video, so if I'm saying it wrong, don't tell me, because I tried. I did everything I could. In our sleep, pain which cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart until in our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom through the awful grace of God. My brother first gave that quote to me when I was bedridden with lupus. Ever since, it has been something that we've discussed over and over again, where we don't want this. We didn't ask for this. We didn't even ask to be born. And then here we are with not only all these lessons and all this discomfort, but this mission that we didn't ask for. That if we do not work towards it, if we do not fulfill it, we are going to be even more miserable. We are going to miss out on that wisdom. I love how it ends. It says, comes wisdom through the awful grace of God. I just think that is so beautiful because we get the wisdom, whether we wanted it or not, whether we like it or not, whether it's comfortable or not. But through that wisdom, we get to pass that on to other people. And we get to change so many lives in the process. Even if you never become famous, even if you don't write a book that reaches hundreds of thousands of people and changes lives, even if your name is never in any kind of history book other than maybe a census data, if you have a Yod in your chart, your purpose is to help, is to be of service in humanity. So if you have a Yod in your chart, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for all the things that you've been through. Thank you for all that you are going to do. And I hope this helps. Take care.